Hello, Internet. Oh, wrong channel. Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Method here, back for another lesson today. As the title says, I have no idea what the title is going to be, but something about how does your guitar relate to a piano keyboard? And so, yeah, let's get started and visualize that, shall we? Sounds cool. But to do that, we are going to start on a completely different subject today. But never fear, we will work it back into the topic. But let's just go way off on the deep end here and start with the classic pentatonic box for just some random reason here. I don't know why, but anyways, here we've got the classic pentatonic box. Or I'm going to play it here up on the 11th fret, and why don't I just put it right on the fretboard here so we can get all together playing it there. 1, 4, or 11, 14. Oh yeah, all that classic stuff. So we know that that is also playable all over the fretboard. So let's get that populated here on our screen today and let the beginners walk through it here. So we've got from the 9th fret here, this is our next shape. Black and red I'm playing. And there are a ton of videos and methods that you should use to learn and memorize these pentatonic shapes more than just like static box, static box, static box, static box. You kind of want to learn the individual shapes so you can work all the way around them like I did in my example there. So we're just going to go through these really quick and show you. So from the 6th fret, and so we're all familiar with what we're talking about here, we've got a little slower for the people just trying to, beginners trying to carry on or tag along here. Alright, so next sheet. In next shape, we've got from the 4th fret. That's the 3rd fret, so why don't we go to the 4th fret? You can see that's made up out of a big box and a small box, but nothing that's more for a pentatonic lesson. We're just getting familiar with where our locations are today in this particular mounting of the pentatonic. Right? And it's basically, so we've gone through shape, we'll call this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and shape number 5. That should lead us back to the original shape here, which as you can see, we can no longer play unless we tuned our guitar down a half step. Then the open strings would be our back row here, but we haven't done that, and we're not gonna. So we are in standard tuning, and that's how this shape would look. So let's also figure out, we'll call this the upper octave of the guitar. Same thing as the lower octave, so we just have to figure out the double up the fingering that we just did, and here it is. So going up from so once again, our other shape is off the fretboard. So that being said, if we are, I gotta move some sheets over here. Let's get that to normalize the color there, and there is our complete pentatonic system all up and down the fretboard. Now we know where we are, what we're doing, and so what? Who cares about this pentatonic? I thought this lesson was about the piano keyboard, and so if you've ever wondered what it would look like to have a pentatonic, a piano keyboard, looking guitar, this is what it would look like. And there it is. So let's dive deeper. And we've got where is C? So couple things we want to there's our let's look at our piano keyboard real quick. As we recognize, we have the two black keys, then the three black keys, and that pattern repeats all up and down our keyboard. And let's also answer the question, why. So this is kind of neat, but like, who cares, and how's this going to help you play today? And well, in a number of ways, this can be, you're trying to understand what a keyboard is doing. The keyboardist is trying to tell you what they're doing. You're trying to figure out, what you could play with a certain keyboard part. You're trying to also many people today, besides the live interplay between you trying to understand what a keyboardist is doing, maybe you're trying to create your own music. And many people today are sitting in a home studio and messing with their little MIDI keyboards are so popular today, hooked up to your DAW, and just going on from that. And you're making songs on there, and you want to know how it translates to your fretboard. Now, when you switch different keys, other than this, the piano is set up to the white keys, the key of C. So that is that here on our fretboard. On a guitar, you just move this pattern up, and you don't really have to think of anything. On a piano, it's different. You add in a series of a selection of different black keys depending on the key, and there's some geometry there, but not in the scope of our lesson today. But that's how that all goes. So you could use this. Basically, it could be handy for any type of keyboarding programming you're trying to do in your DAW, and then trying to create a guitar part on top of it that goes with it, and where notes sound correct, and why, a pentatonic will sound great, but sometimes the gut notes sound weird. This is why, because there are multiple pentatonics in the white keys. But let's not go to that's kind of pushing us out on a tangent that we can't go down today. So to keep this short, let's just take a little quick deep dive. The notes as they go up the keyboard, white keys C, D, E, F, G, A, B, then you're back to C. And before C, you have a B. Now let's pick up what we just discovered there. Is that is the B and the C and the E and the F are the two notes, the four notes actually, that have no black key in between them. So this creates a cool little effect on your for patterning for your guitar pattern. And here it is. So it's the big square that we've talked about on this channel all over the place. So because I have so many lessons about this square, this is just like for newbies who just jumped on this video and are checking it out and say, hey, that's a neat style that this guy teaches guitar in. It looks pretty handy. It looks like I could learn something. And you want some super easy geometry and ways to memorize and navigate the fretboard, and all in between and up and down and around, and not just always thinking in these square box patterns. Then you can check out the all the notes. All the lessons I have about this on my channel. So you'll find this all over. Look for lessons about the square, the magic square, might have called it, navigational square, that on and on and on. So, here we have C. Where is middle C? That's always important. And middle C is one of these half-step notes, and it's always found at this corner. This corner of this box is always the number one of your scale. So if I move this pattern up here and want to play a key I won't even call out, but what key is that? Well, there's my square at the 12th and 13th fret, 12, 13 E string, 12, 13 A string. It's going to be 13 of the E string. My low note there, I am playing in the key of F as the parent key. You can expand on things from there, but that takes music theory, a whole nother theory lesson that maybe you can just even grasp on your own. But anyways, there is your number one note. So back down here to the key of C and all the white keys on the piano. We'll explore that geometry, the squares I was just talking about there. We'll know our fretboard around the black keys here. I did want to mention that earlier when we saw this. Hey, look, it's all the black keys of the piano. This arrangement of 2 and 3 are laid out, and they express themselves as a pentatonic because, yes, this scale is a pentatonic scale, if you didn't know. And it's tuned, it's all the flat notes, so if you tuned your guitar down a half step, Van Halen, you would have all the black keys as the open strings. Pentatonic instrument your guitar is. Interesting to know, right? You would have basically, there's your 11th fret there. Instead of the 12th fret tuning, a half step down is an 11th fret tuning, kind of, sort of. You can think about it like that. All right, moving on. So we can be more confusing here. So here we have, with the purple notes, our squares filled in. And our first row here is, just to know, all we have is this row and then this row, and we know the whole thing. Everything else on this side of the octave is just a repeat of what you learned here. So all you need to know is how I've set this up. There's just 2 rows of these boxes. Even though it can, seem like, oh, that's a lot of, big jumble of stuff to know. It's just 3 boxes in a row, and if you're ever feeling lost in one of the boxes, you connect with that tritone, that little from, let's say, here to here note in green, that is a tritone. So if I'm here, so that being said, it's just pretty easy to find these squares. You just have to remember that you're skipping over that anomaly between the G and the B strings. Now, that will come up again right here in this row. This is our more complicated row. It's broken. As you can see here, it's grouped on string sets E, A, D, G, B, E. This one is grouped on odd strings, so like the outside has a broken box on each end, and you can see it's EF on one end and BC on the other. The box is broken. It's 3 boxes on each one. Just this one has this broken box for the top and bottom. This middle box here, this BCEF, where my cursor is trying to, is the only solid box in this row, and then you have this other one up here. Oops, sorry. Something went haywire there, so let's start again. So, that's that one there. So what's left? There's just 3 notes left, and we've got our squares taken care of, so let's gray those out, and we'll go for the green. Go for the green, the ADG. All day green. Alright, so we've got, or whatever, come up with something, whatever, one of them sayings there. ADG, every damn girl. That wasn't very good, but anyways. And when you get to the, you can see up around here, anytime you're at the G, it's helpful to know that the A, it's the next row is going to be there. So just have to take care of whenever you cross that anomaly. Oh, we're out in outer space now. Now, whenever you move through that ADG, directly below you will crash into one of the box shapes. Here it is in a complete box pattern. there's that. And there it is all filled in across your fretboard. You can see, A, D, G, A, D, G, A, D, G. You have your basically your 2, your 5, and your 6. And this is another way you can use this to like get familiar with your intervals. Where are you going to find in the box? You're going to find a 7, a 1, a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2. So that's it. That's all I had for you today. Hopefully we wrap this up in, I don't know, probably like a 15-minute video, which is good for a change on this channel. And there's another video coming up I have about mastering the bottom 2 strings. There is actually one shape that will get you both bottom strings up and down the fretboard. It's so easy, you're going to flip out when you see this. So stay tuned for that lesson. I'll try to upload them within a day from this uploading. So I think that'll be really cool for the beginners and somebody just trying to get the places where you're going to try to solo memorized, so you know where you can run around. And we'll do that next week. Thank you very much. Check out the links below. There's costs associated with running this channel. So any little tip that you can give, if this was worth 25 cents to you and you think, hey man, click that link below, the tip jar, throw a tip jar in there. It's really, really, really appreciated. Don't think, it's probably got everybody giving them 8 million tips. I get barely nothing in that till. So, and if I get a lot, I'll let you guys know, and we'll buy some new gear, and we'll do something cool with the channel. So, that being said, also check out the merchandise store, because if you, speaking of studios, which this lesson could be geared for, there's cool stuff to decorate your studio with, like tapestries that you can hang on the wall with a mind's eye, guitar, brain eye, psychedelic looking cool thing looking at you. If you see a color you don't like as a background, let me know. I can change backgrounds. And if you got something, a color that matches your studio, maybe we can work out trying to get that set up. And or stickers, put on your road cases, put some cool stickers on stuff. And so anything there helps the channel immensely. So please, please, please check out. Just at least look on the TeePublic link down below. Thanks for watching. We'll check you next week. And stay rocking out there. Thank you for watching.